So they fixed Sonic, hopefully. But did they break Ghostbusters in the process? Let's make sense of that. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Nerds Make Sense. As always, I'm Josh.
I'm Ted.
I'm Manuel.
And this is going to be officially our last episode of 2019.
Yay.
Yep, the last episode of the decade. We start a whole new decade after this.
When did you guys start?
September of last year?
I swear it was 2 years.
No, not full yet.
When did I start?
Yeah, you started like halfway through this year. I think you started somewhere in like.
It was in like April.
It was on May.
It was.
Yeah, it was May. It was May.
For Star Wars. Yeah, okay.
So not quite halfway.
So it's only been like
A couple months.
Oh my god.
Yeah, time flies when you're having fun.
Only been 6 months.
Bro, I feel like it's been a year.
But anyway, so we're here to talk about two very big things. Well, I mean, I guess they're big to us in a way.
It's
you know. Of course, we did a video a while ago where we featured the trailer for the upcoming Sonic movie, and
I was hyped about it.
Yeah, but I mean, a lot of people didn't like the way Sonic looked.
Yeah.
And the creators of the movie, they actually listened. They went back in, they changed the look, and he looks so much better now.
Yeah, it looks just like the game.
Yeah, they and it's the classic Sonic look.
Yeah.
Which I'm sure there's some people who are still let down because they probably wanted like Sonic Adventure Sonic. And that's like most people's like favorite Sonic.
And they only just didn't fix Sonic. They fixed because like I don't know who the fuck just said Gangster's Paradise.
Bro, don't even. That was the best part of that
Here's
trailer.
the thing. I was actually okay with the song in the trailer.
Yeah, but compared to what they have now, like it was
there was like 3 different songs in that trailer.
But like all of it was revolved about the word Sonic or about going fast. Or,
the old Sonic CGI scared me more than it. I'm sorry.
All right.
And you guys know of my deathly fear of clowns.
You just told me you were scared of cats the other day, so.
No. I said the way the cats look in the new movie scares the crap out of me.
Anyways,
I'm not scared of cats.
The new trailer
owned a cat.
The new trailer, yes, there was nothing wrong with Gangster Paradise, but the reaction to everyone hearing Gangster Paradise when Sonic was like it was different. But the new songs they had, even like the new little way they came in where it was a zoom out, like from the end, and then when it zoomed out, it said Sega, but it was like a bunch of different Sega games plus Sonic games, you know.
Mm.
And then it came out, and then it just said Sega, and then the music was different, and then they showed the same things, but some things were taken out, like the whole meow was taken out, like.
We don't know if that's still in the movie.
Yeah, we don't know if that's in the
in
movie, but yeah, it wasn't in the trailer. But they showed the scene with him in it where prior to that happening. Yeah, they did a whole remake.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm glad they kept Jim Carrey's character the same.
Yes, he needs to stay. Honestly, I think
I never had a problem with him from the.
Yeah, and I think because they made the old design was like they tried to make it too realistic in some way. They tried to make it look like an actual hedgehog person. I'm like, no, we don't need to do that. That's a little too weird.
That was just
and then with the classic Sonic look, it more fits with Jim Carrey's very cartoon villain, like the fucking Mask or something, you know, like that the Jim Carrey feel.
No, it does. It works a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's changed my opinion about waiting to go see it. I might not go see it right away now.
I was gonna see
it. I wasn't gonna go see it right away. I wasn't even gonna go see it in theaters. I was gonna wait and rent it and see it.
It comes out in like February, dude. I'm gonna see it on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's right.
I'm gonna take myself out on a date.
That's right. But going back to the trailer, it also. So I haven't watched the first trailer. I mean, I did see the first trailer, obviously, but I haven't seen it since. But it was more of him just running down and then the electricity going out. Just basically the plot, I'm guessing. But in this one, it started off with him in fucking, what was it, Green Hill?
Yeah, they start off with him in Green Hill Zone.
And then they were like, everybody wants my power, so I gotta get out of there. He just used his little key ring.
And that was like, that's still a little weird. That's just the problem I have with the movie in general, is that the rings are portals.
Not the first time it's happened though. It's happened in game.
Yeah. But like that's just their function, and that he goes through like that. Like it's a generic kind of montage sequence where somebody can like teleport or whatever the fuck ever, and he goes to like the Great Wall, I don't know, like France or something, and like we just see all these like landmarks that he's just running through, you know, and like that's fine. It was cute, but it's just really generic.
And the Green Hill area, just looked really,
that looked really nice. I did like that.
They looked really nice, and then it was gone.
Yeah, I wish at least a little bit of the movie took place there. Hopefully I mean.
That would have because like it would have been cool for him to like just be like, oh, you know, I'm chilling, and show him getting chased by a bunch of people, and then eventually and beating him, and he's like, dude, I'm just.
Well, who chased him out of there? Wouldn't it also been Dr. Robotnik or?
Yeah.
But in the from the trailer so far, we've seen him understand that Dr. Robotnik doesn't know who the fuck Sonic is or what he is, because he sees him and he's like terrified. He's like, ah!
Oh, bro, that was so funny.
I love that, dude.
Bro, that was so funny.
Hilarious. Because he like the entire part before that, he's like, "Where is it? Where's the thing at? The thing that makes the energy. Where is it?" And he just pops out. He's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, he's just fucking scared.
Yeah.
Supersonic. Yeah, it was. And then it showed him like, you know, he was catching up on the Flash, which was funny, and he was reading. And then they do a lot of this after image thing where it shows him like doing a bunch of things really fast, and he's reading the books, and he's throwing it, and he's getting up and getting another one. He's reading all the every single. They do that a lot in the trailer.
Yeah.
So and that's really good because I guess it's showing you how fast he is without showing you him going really fast, you know. And I was hoping they changed the guy too. I don't like the guy that's in this movie
because he's reprising his role from Hop.
Hop 2. But yeah, so man, you want to just hit him with the like what?
Oh, do you want to be depressed now?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Well, unfortunately, everything comes at a price. To receive something of equal value must be given. So they laid off the whole fucking team that put in all the effort to make Sonic.
And that was half of the people who made Detective Pikachu, so I was kind of upset about that.
Yeah, and that sucks. Like it's really unfortunate. Like
yeah, it is.
Because it's good to hear that you know, that they listen and that they were willing to do something about it. But I kind of knew just from the speed in which it happened that I'm like, there's no way they all got back. Like all of like the main team like got back and fixed it. Like I'm sure, like I was sure they outsourced it to somebody, that they put like a crunch time on it, and that they probably it was probably something shady. You know what I mean? Like I just felt that just the speed and that it was done. I was like, this couldn't have been done in a humane way.
From what I read and what I read is that it was the same people who did it. They just fixed it, but it was just a bunch of overtime they never got paid for.
Yeah,
and that's the reason why you had to shut down, because the money didn't come to back up what they did. And then a lot of people were saying, "Oh, well, you guys got to watch the movie, you know, show them that you loved it." But at the same time, they're not getting any of that.
Yeah, the people who are responsible aren't going to get the cut that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that truly is unfortunate. Yeah. I mean, it just okay. So, I mean, if they're the ones that worked on Detective Pikachu, how did they go from
not Lionsgate, Legendary, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
It's like, how did they go from hitting it on the nose so well with Detective Pikachu, and then missing the mark so hard?
Well,
with the first go around.
Well, because it's not their fault. Like, they are just the animators. It has to do with the art direction.
Yeah, because look,
like somebody had to design that, and then they had to make it.
Because look, Legendary Film is known for Godzilla and all these monster stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So doing that with this company and Legendary to make Detective Pikachu is a good idea. But then this is from the people who made fucking Fast and the Furious. Coming to get these people who made Pokemon and all the other stuff they've ever done, saying, look, this is Sonic. Could they have been like, yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are like, yeah, dude, this is really bad. But like, nonsense, we're behind Fast and Furious. We're going to do it. And it wasn't like that. I think that's why they freaked out. Because there's a lot of times where a lot of people voice their opinions about, dude, this looks bad, dude, this doesn't look good, and nothing's ever done. Like, why is it this one time so much backlash for something made them change it? I think they kind of
Yeah, I'm sure they, like, internally they knew that, like, oh, this might not go well. Like, because I'm sure they did testing before this, like, actual tests with, like, actual test audiences and stuff.
Well, and here's the thing, too. It was... they got to see what happened with the backlash from Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Everybody got to see that, and so they understand that now.
And so it's a thing too where, like, I'm glad that they're trying to please fans. Like, that is something you should be trying to do. You should be making something that people want and enjoy to watch or read or listen to or consume in some way. But it, like, a lot of people talk. I can't remember where I read this from, but it's about. It was pretty much something saying that you shouldn't listen too much to your fans, and especially not the really really loud ones. Just because they're loud doesn't mean they're a majority.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, like, we'll get to that in our Star Wars talk, but like, just this one instance, the design of Sonic, yes, it should have been closer to Sonic.
And then with that, it's like, so going back to Detective Pikachu, so there was so much, like, synergy in that, because you had the people from Legendary who did all the monster stuff. You had these people who were really good at animating monster stuff, and then you had people who they reached out to be like, hey, is this Pokemon enough? Like, is this Pokemon enough? And they're like, oh, no, they wouldn't do that. It does this, it does that, this Pokemon does this. But I'm pretty sure with Sonic, they're just like, all right, we're this company. You guys did pretty good. Let's go over here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there was anyone be like, oh, Sonic wouldn't do that. Sonic wouldn't look like that. Sonic wouldn't do this. They're just like, yeah, we want him to look like this. We want this music. We want it to make it look like it was shot by the same people from Fast and Furious, because that's what they did.
I think they were just trying to make a blockbuster.
Yeah,
we're making the next blockbuster. It doesn't matter. We don't got to put in any artistic whatever the shit. Like, you're making this movie. It's got a name to it. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, because, like, you could easily just been like, all right, so we're making a Sonic movie. It's gonna be half live action. He's the only one that's gonna be like a cartoon looking thing. Let's just get a bunch of people who've done this before and have them help us, because all we've done is car chases and going over the speed limit and jumping off of cars and stuff. We're not really done the animation, even though...
Yeah, they flipped a submarine.
They haven't done the animation. Because, like, now that I'm saying that, there is an animation DreamWorks Fast and Furious show coming out now.
Oh, boy.
But like, that has nothing to do with, they haven't done it before, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, there's so much that other companies can do. Like they could have done this right the first time. They obviously could have. Like, they could have had someone come on and be like, all right, dude, we don't know what we're doing with Sonic. We just know that we make really fast movies. Sonic's a really fast person.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was, like, their only tie.
2 and 2. Let's just get some other people who really know how to do it. And then, who really knows how Sonic works. And then they could have helped to make him look good or do everything they could the first time.
Yeah.
Not just go do it now and put a bunch of people out of work.
I mean, because if you even look, like, if you just look at the first trailer, like, you can tell the audience they were trying to get out to, because, like, they played Gangster Paradise.
Yeah.
First of all, I liked it, but, like, it has its own little, like, audience to it. That you're trying that would, like, appease to, and then it was all, like, this high paced action of, like, him running and dodging bullets and blowing up the missiles and all this other stuff. So it was just like this. It was supposed to be like this generic action movie trailer. You know what I mean? And people who are into Sonic don't like that. They like, because Sonic, of course, he's fast, whatever. We get that, but he also has, like, this weird charm to him that they couldn't capture in that first trailer. Like, they really, really tried, but he looked too weird to be charming.
Yeah.
And then so when we get into the second trailer, you get a little bit more of him being a little weird and quirky and just fun.
More
appealing.
Yeah.
To anybody. Because I even laughed on side. I think I laughed more Well, I laughed because it looked weird in the first one, but now I laughed more because I enjoyed it. What I seen in the second trailer.
I saw.
Yeah.
There's that part where he's like talking to the dog, or was it a dog or a cat?
He's like, oh yeah, I heard
Like,
you're his
it's
best
like,
friend.
oh, so you're his best friend, huh? Yeah, because that reminded me of you for some reason. I was just
And,
like,
then, and then you like licked him. He was like, oh, that's gross.
yeah, and I just really liked it. It was just, I don't know.
You know, they got rid of the scene that's weird.
Which one?
Where at the end of the first trailer, when he had Sonic in the case,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it's gone, but they didn't show it in this one. And he was like, "Oh yeah, it's a kid in there." The whole, the whole thing is gone now.
Oh god,
Yeah.
that was so bad.
It's like they got rid of the meow part. Well, they didn't get rid of it. I don't know if it's in there.
Yeah, we'll
but
see.
they took
We'll
it
see.
out from the trailer. There you go. Yeah, but it's unfortunate that it happened. Hopefully, like Manuel said, like you shouldn't listen to everybody. I mean, yeah.
There's
This was definitely something that needed to be listened to.
yeah. This instance is it was a good idea to listen, but it is not going to be the same for every case because there's always going to be a loud minority of fans of anything who will demand something, and it's like like a lot of it is usually niche stuff like has to do with like people who ship certain things and stuff like that, and they're always really loud and really fucking adamant because like even I don't know if you guys have watched Voltron at all. It was a neat show. Like I liked it because I
Wait, which Voltron?
Voltron, the one on Netflix.
Oh no, I haven't watched.
Yeah, it was a neat show when it first started, and then like the fan base for it got really toxic, like incredibly toxic, and for smaller things like that, like shows who have like dedicated animators and stuff, and not like animation teams, like it's a little it can get even more toxic because you have a person that you can funnel your complaints at, so you can like tweet at this person like, hey, why didn't Lance and what's his name, why aren't they like married already, like what's wrong, like why do you hate me, why do you hate your fans, like, and it just gets crazy. You know what I mean? And so you shouldn't always listen to those kind of people because like just taking like the look at three of us, like we have like complaints about the media we consume and all the time, but are we on Twitter constantly saying like, hey, fix this, hey, I don't like it, make it better?
Yeah, no.
Like we have a show, of course, and this is like our opinions and everything, but we're not like adding Star Wars. You know what I mean?
No, we
and like
we
subtweeting
do we
people.
do voice our opinions online too. I mean, on our Instagrams, on our Twitter. Like for instance, when they released just the basic cover photo for the Final Fantasy VII remake. I think I put a post in there that said I thought we were going to get something new. I was a little underwhelmed that it's basically just a rezzed up version of the old cover.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the Steelbook cover looks absolutely amazing. Like with the whole Sephiroth thing. Oh my god, it looks beautiful. And it's like it seems like they save like the really good art for all the steel covers because that's Final Fantasy 15 got a real nice steel book. Yeah. The remastered version of Final Fantasy 12 Zodiac Age, that got a real nice steel book cover. But yeah, so it's like when I saw the Final Fantasy, the basic standard edition Final Fantasy 7 remake cover, it was like, all right, whatever. But yeah, I mean, so we do voice our opinions, but no, we try not to be toxic about it. And I mean, I know we always, well, not always. There are times where the three of us will agree on something. It might be rare, but even in our debates, we don't get mean towards each other.
Yeah.
You know, we always stay civil. We always try to be. When we criticize something, we definitely try to be constructive about it, too. I know that. But, yeah, so this was definitely something that needed to be fixed, and they fixed it. It's unfortunate that certain things happened afterwards. I do feel for the creators that and the animators that basically got laid off afterwards. And, I realized they had to cut for budget somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, and this is like this is also just becoming a trend in a lot of things, because like it happened with what Telltale Games, where they put their staff on like a crazy crunch time
Yeah,
for
'cause
like
they're
for them,
doing
and then
like 3 different games at once. They're doing like
they're
Yeah.
doing like
Walking
they were doing like
Dead,
Batman, The Walking
Borderlands,
Dead,
Batman.
yeah, all of those. And then they
The-
were like,
the
"Oh, you
Minecraft
like you
one.
have this much time to get this done," and so they're working all these hours that they're not getting paid for, like sleeping at work just to get more time in, and all the, like stuff like that, and the demands are just being so high, and then eventually they're just laying these people off because they can. You know what I mean? They're like, "Oh
Yeah.
well, you already made it. Now I don't
And
need
I think,
you anymore."
honestly, I think when you, and I know this is a bit of a tangent, but when it comes to the video game community, I think it's actually the video game producers and creators that are creating that demand, not necessarily the players and the consumers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think
because who told them to do all that at once?
Well, because
Who said we needed a new Madden every year? Who
Yeah.
said we needed a new Assassin's Creed every year? The Ubisoft, however you say it, they finally did the right thing and they stopped putting out a new Assassin's Creed every single year. They started going back and taking their time. Like it took It took like 4 years after the I can't remember
I don't play those games.
the England one.
I don't remember.
Oh, the
I
one-
only remember Black Flag.
Yeah, well, it went,
Whatever. After Black Flag.
yeah, but it took from the time the one that took place in England to Origins, it was like 4 years
Yeah.
in between it, and then it was another 2 to 3 years before the more recent one came out. Oh fuck, what was it called?
Origins.
No, well, Origins, and then it was another one that took place in Greece.
Yeah.
Oh,
That one's tight.
I thought it was.
But anyway, yeah. So, but I think the reason they stopped doing that is, if I remember correctly, it was because they realized they were cutting into their own profits when they do that.
Well,
They
that
were so
and how badly they fucked up on Unity.
yeah. Well, when you release a new game every year, of course you have something new hitting the shelves, like holiday season, like right now, you know. But so when you make a new game, like a new game in a series, you're pretty much stopping sales from the last one. They're like, well, I don't care about that one anymore. This is the new one. This is
Yeah.
obviously the definitive one. I need this one. Because once like Madden fucking like whatever the hell it is, like they go by year, right? Like,
Yeah.
oh, once Madden 2020 comes out, I was thinking about getting Madden 2019. I'm not going to get it anymore if I don't have it. I'm going to get Madden 2020. You know? So like and like I guess with like story-based games or like Assassin's Creed or whatever, you might go back and get the other one. But like if you're only going for like, oh, I'll just get the newest one, if like you're not into it, and that's what most people are, like they're like passive consumers. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
a majority of people are. They're like, I'll get the newest thing, whatever is the new one, I'll try that one.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, the biggest thing when it comes to the sports game is you don't get huge advancements year to year.
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe every 4 to 5 years that they make a big stride in something. But you know, that's completely beside the point. But yeah, so I honestly think it's the developers that are creating this.
Yeah, I mean, because if you would have asked people, and they try and hit dates, you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
if whoever was making the Sonic movie, I forget who the hell's behind it, but if they actually had asked the fans, like, are you okay with waiting maybe 2 more months for Sonic to come out so we can fix this? Everybody would be like, if you're gonna fix Sonic,
Yeah,
take 2 months.
yeah,
You know, no matter what, we don't have it yet. We're still gonna have to wait for it. You know, and they wouldn't have had to like put this like strain on these animators and then eventually like lay them off, especially if they could have took their time with it. I think.
yeah.
You know, but
then again, you also have to realize when it comes to the film business, they have a very limited budget that the studio allots them. So when you have to sit there and go back and essentially scrap designs, recreate it, and then put all of those the new designs into the scenes, it cuts into the budget big time.
yeah,
Because
Yeah.
like they could even did a fake leak and just put like a screenshot of him, right, and put it out there of their own free will. Because a lot of people do that. and then be like, oh, let's see how they like this, and then like, oh, okay, they don't like it, let's fix it. Like,
Well, people even because they did do that with like the posters, and you saw like Sonic had like real human feet
in real hands.
and
Yeah.
like and that, and then people were like, ew, like they were like disgusted, and then they released the trailer, and then they were like, yeah, he's as disgusting as we thought he was going to be.
You know what it kind of reminded me of when the original Sonic. You remember the original Jumanji
Yes.
when the boy started turning into the monkey?
Yeah,
That's basically what that was the image that came to mind when I first saw it.
I feel it. That is pretty much what it looked like.
But even the boy turning into the monkey looked better than Sonic.
Yeah. Oh my.
And that was 90s tech.
Yeah. So morally, I'm like I would say like not to. I don't know, cause
if you're gonna make something that you're not sure of, and you know you have no expertise in that, if you're not racing a freaking car in this movie and you're going with someone fast, bring people in who can help you with it.
yes,
Don't be
if
scared.
If you're gonna sit there and take something that has a loyally dedicated fan base, you have to be true to it, and you have to make sure that you are true to those fans.
especially like Sonic, because Sonic. I'm gonna take a jab, but I'm doing it out of love. Sonic has such a hardcore fan base for a series who makes one good game for every 5 games they make.
Yeah.
So like just the amount of of dedication and loyalty they have to this, like it's way higher than most other things.
Yeah, and then when it comes to making a video game movie, that's already hard in itself. No one has came out. It's just, and like I'm only saying this because there hasn't been anything, like the bar is already low. Like Detective Pikachu is probably like one of the ones like in most recent times that has done well. And look how much help they had with that. They went to a company that's good with it. They had people directing it that was good with it. People helping them with good with it. But like, if you know you're not good at it, just ask for help, because then you won't have to lay anyone off. Because I'm pretty sure they. Do you think they care that they laid all those people off?
No, they don't give a shit.
Okay,
No.
so like, if you actually do care, then all those people would have a job right now, and they wouldn't have to do it. But I'm pretty sure later down the line, for Detective Pikachu 2 or whatever, they're gonna pick all those people up and put them back in, like,
I hope
just
so.
it's just a bad time right now. But I know that because of what they've done already, that they're gonna get picked up again. So it's just
Yeah, because they weren't fired; they were laid off.
yeah, they were laid off. So I know that they're not out of a job indefinitely. I know they'll come back, but yeah, but that's the point with that. Sonic's here. Sonic's has a new rebirth at the cost of a lot.
I'm definitely a little more excited to go see it. Like I said, I probably won't go see it the first weekend it's out. I'll probably wait a week or two, let the crowds go, so that way I can go and sit down and not have to be all bunched up next to people like we were for Star Wars.
Yeah, that was weird. The guy next to me, he left a few times, and I was like, okay, maybe he's just not gonna be here. And he came back, and I was like, God damn it.
Yeah, because I mean, the way they're upgrading the seats in the theaters is nice and all, but there's still not a whole lot of elbow room.
Yeah, there's not. I had my soda next to him, that soda with the stupid lid on it, and I was like, I don't want to pick it up because then it's gonna spill. Like, I feel like it's gonna spill. If it spills on me, whatever. I'll just sit and I'm already not enjoying this movie. But like, if I spill it on him and then he's all mad at me, I'm like, oh man.
But Manuel, you're going to see it in theaters.
Probably.
Ted, you're going to see it in theaters.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm probably going to go see it in theaters if I can find the time. All right, next on the agenda, something that I thought was really cool, and I hope they don't screw this up. I really hope they don't screw this up.
Ghostbusters.
They dropped, or what was it, last week? Or 2 weeks ago, something like that. 2 weeks ago, we got the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer, which is it's the sequel to Ghostbusters 2, or was it Ghostbusters? Yeah, it was Ghostbusters 2. So basically, it takes everything that happened from Ghostbusters 2016 and throws it in the garbage where it needs to be. Not that I had anything wrong with the premise of an all-female Ghostbusters team to begin with. It's just that it didn't work.
There was too much of a focus on remaking Ghostbusters with that movie.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's where a lot of the spirit was lost.
Mm-hmm.
Was that they were trying very hard to be like, this is a new Ghostbusters. They were trying to differ themselves so much.
Yeah, and of course, I mean, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd. I'm not sure Harold Ramis was in that one. I think he might have already passed by then. But they made cameos.
Yeah.
I can't remember if Ernie Hudson made a cameo.
Well, and a lot of people's problems were like, oh, I don't like these people.
But they weren't their characters. They were completely different.
Yeah.
Basically, the Ghostbusters 2016, the all-female Ghostbusters, existed in an alternate or parallel universe. Essentially, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2.
Yeah, as Ghostbusters as we know it.
Yeah.
It was a.
But what really excited me when I saw the trailer for Afterlife, it felt like they're going to actually do justice to the franchise with this one.
What?
I can't say that for sure because obviously we haven't seen the movie yet. But it felt like it had that essence from the first two movies there.
Yeah, I feel like this is what people want more, like as dedicated like Ghostbusters fans. Because like with the last one, it was an okay movie. It was all right, but it was just that. It was just all right. Like it didn't have a lot for people who liked Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
it was more for. I'd say that one was more for new audiences.
The thing is with the Ghostbusters 2016, a lot of the jokes fell flat.
Well, because it was like and like the people who did it, like the actresses, like they are funny people. Yeah. Like I do like a lot of their comedy, like because a lot of them are from SNL and stuff like that, and but
yeah, like the only one of the core cast that wasn't from SNL was Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, her, and her I don't like as much. I've seen some of her things, and they're like kind of funny, but they feel kind of like really really lowbrow. Yeah, you know what I mean. And I feel like most of her comedy comes from her just be like being fat, which I enjoyed for a little while because I'm fat, so I like jokes like that. I used to like Gabriel Iglesias a whole lot because I thought it was funny, but like it loses.
I still think her best role was as Suki from Gilmore Girls.
Was she in Gilmore Girls?
Yeah.
How old is she?
How old is she?
She was Lorelai's best friend.
Bro, I don't remember this.
The chef.
I do not remember this.
I don't even watch Gilmore Girls.
But okay, but anyway.
My mom did, and it was always I think it was either on right before Smallville or right afterwards, and so it's like I had nothing better to do. So.
I remember that. I remember the whole line of those shows. It was like Gilmore Girls.
I thought we were talking about. I just lost it.
Not the new one. Not the reboot or whatever it was. Dude, that came out a few years ago.
I thought we were talking about Golden Girls.
Golden
no.
That's what I thought. That's what I was like.
Unfortunately, I've seen that too.
I was like, how old is she?
Oh my god.
Not that Gilmore Girls was bad. It wasn't a bad show.
Gilmore Girls is an okay show. I used to watch that. I used to
watch that, One Tree Hill.
Yeah, I was gonna say One Tree Hill. I was like, I remember One Tree Hill. I remember that the dude from One Tree Hill.
The old WB lineup before it was CW.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. But anyway,
with this trailer, like I told Josh, it reminded me a lot of the first Jurassic World trailer we ever got.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have the theme song from Jurassic Park. Mm-hmm. It didn't mention Jurassic Park. It didn't say the name Jurassic Park. Obviously, it was dinosaurs. You can't get rid of that. It didn't show anyone from the old one. It showed the new kids and whatnot. It was just like, and then at the end you see the logo and it was Jurassic World. And I like that and I really like that because it's showing you that, yes, this is a continuation for something we did in the 80s or 90s, but it's taking place in a newer time, a newer space with new characters. Yeah. And eventually down the line, like, we didn't start getting people from the original Jurassic Park until the second one. So I don't know if
no, we had one in the first one.
Who was the first one?
It's the B.D. Wong, the scientist.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean like the core cast. I mean like yeah. I mean like
well
people,
yeah he did.
Well, because then even Jeff Goldblum wasn't like
he would have supposedly they have newer ones, but like I'm saying it's like it was showing you that this is your Ghostbusters that you knew, but it's gonna be in a new setting, it's a new time.
Yeah.
Because they show you like even in the trailer when they show you like when Paul Rudd's character showed like the video of it, it didn't say Ghostbusters. It had the logo on there, on the side of the car. Obviously, it just said I forgot what it said. It said local something save day. It didn't say Ghostbusters save day. You know what I mean? It plastered it on the wall. It said that, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna try to stand out and be their own. Without having to rely on, I'm pretty sure they're going to be in it, obviously,
and that's fine as long as
keep
they
true to the original
stay
source.
true. Yeah, exactly.
That's what Jurassic Park.
And that's exactly what Ghostbusters 2016 didn't do.
Yeah.
And I know there was the whole controversy before it even came out about the, a lot of fans raising a big stink that it was an all women's team to begin with. But I never had a problem with that premise. But even from the early trailers, it was like, yeah, I don't know about this movie. And then, of course, when I saw it, I didn't go see it in theaters. I waited for it to come out. I rented it on, I think, Amazon Prime. And I watched it, and it's like, it wasn't a absolutely horrible movie. Because I've seen worse. But it didn't do it for me. It just, it didn't.
Yeah.
It felt forced.
Like I said, it wasn't for fans of Ghostbusters.
It was for new fans. It was trying to bring new fans into something different.
It was for people who weren't into Ghostbusters, who like because I'm sure you've heard of Ghostbusters, like almost everybody has at this point.
Yeah.
And it's for like, oh well, I never watched those movies, or like, oh, my dad used to love those movies, or something like that. So you would. It was just that a little bit of that brand recognition, but and then they were trying to be like its own self-contained thing as well, but like it wasn't what's the word? I can't think. There wasn't enough of the spirit either, really. They of course there was jokes and it was like trying to be funny, but like they weren't like, I don't know.
Yeah. And so anyways, from the trailer we find out that there hasn't been a ghost sighting since the end of Ghostbusters 2.
Yes.
Or no, probably longer, because if
it's at 30 years.
Yeah.
Which
so maybe not as long as the end, because we'd be closing in on what, almost 40 years now?
Yeah.
No, 30. No, we're 30.
Because 1990 was 30 years ago.
Yeah, as of a couple months from now.
Yeah.
Or, well, a month from now. Not even a month.
A few days.
Yeah, a week and a half. My days just blend in together now.
Yep.
But, so, and one of the cool things that I did notice in the trailer, like, obviously, you've got Ecto-1, you've got the suits of the original 4, and, of course, the main family that is supposed to be following is supposed to be the descendants of Egon Spengler, who played by Harold Ramis, who unfortunately passed a few years ago. So we're not going to get a cameo from him, but there was a voiceover section in the trailer where I'm pretty sure it was Bill Murray talking. And of course it's been confirmed already. I've gone in and read this. It's been confirmed that Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, and Ernie Hudson will all be in this movie in some form. So I don't know if they're going to show up and don the old uniforms and help out the kids and fight the ghost one last time before handing it off officially, or if they're just gonna like show up and it'd be like a Ghostbusters training montage for the kids.
Yeah.
As long as they're not just there to be there,
like fucking Tommy from fucking Power Rangers.
Exactly. I mean, yeah, it was dude, Jason David Franks is my
really good at
childhood hero.
One role. Yeah.
He is my childhood hero.
One role. Yeah. He's good at one thing. Anyways, back to Ghostbusters.
But yeah. So they will be in the movie. I just hope they treat them right.
Yeah.
And I think Paul Rudd is a good choice for this.
Yes. Paul Rudd is he would have fit in with the cast in the old movie.
Yeah.
Like if
I-
you just
but-
if
and-
you just
and-
cropped out Paul Rudd from right now
And I told this-
dropped him into the first Ghostbusters, he would have fit perfectly.
Last week when we got together, I think it might have even been when we had gone to eat, but we were talking about the trailer, and I said Paul Rudd, he plays the fanboy type character really, really well.
Absolutely.
He's very believable in that.
Because he even though he's like a big actor now, like he's like so humbled. I think, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
he's so like people say this a lot about like celebrities or whatever, but like he really does feel like kind of down to earth.
Yeah, he does.
Like he feels kind of leveled.
He feels, like you said, he's this big celebrity, but he feels like if he were to walk in here right now and sit down and just start talking with us, it totally would not be out of character for him.
Yeah.
Like, he just seems like that kind of a chill of a person. And, like, he probably would know more about all of this than we do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I said, he fits the fanboy type really well. So, like I said, we see the suits, we see Ecto-1, kids are driving it. Now, I don't remember a gunner seat.
I also don't
That's-
remember.
that's
Gunner.
from
I'm pretty sure that's got to be new.
Watching a trailer from Black Nerd Comedy, who does this bunch of he does stuff on toys, and he loves all that old school stuff. So he mentioned that was from, I think, the cartoon.
Oh,
Shout
okay.
out to the cartoon because the cartoon had that.
Okay.
Is the cartoon canon?
I don't know.
I
I guess it is now.
I think he said it was. I'm not sure.
I mean, they kind of
never
had...
watched it.
Well, because I remember little bits and pieces of the cartoon
I never
because it
watched
was...
It had a gorilla, right?
What?
I think it did. The Ghostbusters thing had a gorilla in it.
I remember Slimer being on the team at officially.
Yeah, Slimer was a part of the team. He was like their Scooby Doo.
Yeah,
He would just
pretty
go
much.
around and eat stuff, and they're like, "Oh, Slimer!"
Just make a mess. Yeah, that was pretty much what it was. It was a Ghostbusters version of Scooby Doo. Although I'm pretty sure Scooby Doo teamed up with the Ghostbusters at one point.
Bro, I swear there was what show had a gorilla in it?
Magilla Gorilla?
I'm not stupid.
Got a gorilla.
It
for
was
sale.
like it was. Bro, I gotta find it.
There were several cartoon shows, but yeah. So I thought the gunner seat thing was kind of cool though. Like it feels like something that.
Oh, I was right. It's just the wrong Ghostbusters. See, he was a gorilla. He's right there.
What is that?
I told you, it's the old school.
What the? Oh, it's the really, really old Ghostbusters before. That's like the 1940s Ghostbusters.
Oh my god.
I think it is.
That's like before, we even knew what
I
Ghostbusters
just
was.
typed in Ghostbuster and then the gorilla popped up. So
But yeah, let's see,
wanna-
what else was there in the
I want
trailer?
to know what that huge explosion was from the well.
Well, it was ghost energy.
Yeah, I know, but like,
Why is there ghost energy?
Yeah.
And why hasn't there been ghosts in 30
yeah, why
years?
wasn't it ghost
So,
for years?
well, I mean, maybe they managed to create some kind of big trap, and that's what the well is.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe the well is just a giant ghost trap.
Well,
But because
hold on.
because it seems like the team stayed active for a little bit after the 90s.
Yes, that's
But
what they're
then
implying.
they went their separate ways. But Harold Ramis's character Egon probably stayed there where his family is now moved back into, in order to keep everything under control. But since his passing, maybe things have been slowly getting, maybe the energy's slowly been starting to leak out because there hasn't been anybody there to take care of it.
So, I mean, just to
We're getting into theory territory here.
just to think critically, if he did before his passing just capture all the ghosts, after that event, people are still dying. We are getting more ghosts. There's always going to be more ghosts.
Right, but there was always something. But remember, there was always some big force that precipitated their increased activity in both the movies.
Yeah, but I mean, it could be literally anything. You know what I mean? Like, because
I hope they don't rehash an old villain. I don't want to see.
I don't want to see an old villain. But we saw like a gargoyle-looking thing.
I don't want to see Gozer back.
Yeah, I mean, because that's what landed on the car in the trailer was like a gargoyle-looking.
Yeah, it was
that's the
well.
monster
At
thing.
least that's what we're meant to think. It could be something completely different. We only see a giant leg, and that's
People are
it.
theorizing
gargoyle,
that Paul Rudd, because he's a fanboy, and he opens that little thing, and he becomes the dog thing.
He's the new Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
Oh, Sigourney Weaver's going to be in the movie too.
Oh, cool.
I remember that.
I forget she's in the old one.
Yeah.
I forget that that's her.
I don't know if Rick Moranis is going to be in it though.
He doesn't act anymore.
Who is these people?
Rick Moranis, he's from like Little Giants and stuff, and
Spaceballs.
Spaceballs.
Darth Helmet. Dark Helmet.
Honey, I
Sorry.
Shrunk the Kids.
Yeah.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Just started with that.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I never.
Yeah, he doesn't act anymore. Like he's out of the game.
And then
he's
I
refused.
don't know if Annie Potts is going to be in the new one
Who?
either. Annie Potts?
Is that
Was that the secretary?
Yeah, the secretary.
she doesn't need to be here. It's not. Let's hire someone.
Yeah, and so
We don't even know if there's gonna be a secretary for anything.
Yeah, bro. They don't even have a business. It's just some kids.
They just have a bat cave under the car.
yeah, well, in the first movie she was sitting there crushing on Egon, and then in the second movie she was hooking up with Rick Moranis' character.
Yeah, why not?
So we don't know.
I thought Rick Moranis was trying to get with
There's also kids in this.
Sigourney Weaver.
In the first one,
That sounds like.
sort of, not really. He was just he's a dude that doesn't have any friends. So he like tries to pull in the people around him so he can pretend to have friends.
He got one.
But yeah, no. At the end of the first one, Rick Moranis and Annie Potts' character, they like meet and it develops into a relationship by the time the second one has come around.
I hope that the plot of this is really good.
Yeah.
Like you said, I don't want to see a recurring. Like I don't want to see the marshmallow puff guy and be like,
Yeah.
It's been 30 years. I don't want to see that. But I hope they take a step up from what they've done previously in the last one. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, they've got to raise the stakes somehow.
Like I want to see I don't know what I want to see, but
I'm just glad Finn Wolfhard's in it.
You know, and that's one of the things that a lot of people are upset about.
That he's in it.
Yeah.
who's that
Why?
again?
Because they feel like
Stranger
with
Things.
him being in it, it's just going to be it's going to be like a Stranger Things knockoff.
Well, I mean, but we've seen him already. Like he's just really good in these callback roles for some reason. I don't know what it is, but something about him it just screams like weird boy. You know, like
It does.
that makes him like a little relatable. I think it's just his little curly hair, and his nose. He's like, oh yeah, you look like a nerd or
And
something.
then
Like
plus him being, it helps that him being in an 80s type genre.
and he's
show.
like he's being typecasted hard. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah.
Super typecasted.
Yeah.
But he does it really well because he did Stranger Things. He was in It. I loved him in It. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Everything he said was like
Hilarious.
just had me busted.
Yeah.
And you know, and it's not just and he's not just in those roles. He's doing a lot of things right now. Like he's in this weird. I don't know if it's like a romance movie. I haven't actually like watched it yet. But he's in this kind of weird movie. It's like a drama, but it's like also it's supposed to be like somewhere in Europe or something. So he's like faking the accent and stuff. And he's in this horror movie. He's in another horror movie that takes place in like also somewhere in Europe. I think it looks like Victorian England or something, right? And like he's supposed to be crazy or something. Him and his sister because their parents died.
Okay.
And so there's in the trailer for that movie,
I'll go see that one.
There's a scene where he like stomps a fish in the head because it like flopped up off of the riverbank or whatever. And
Yeah.
he just goes and steps on it, and then like the babysitter like looks at him and is like, well, why? He's like, nothing should suffer. But he said it in a way like like, all right, dude, chill out.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, and I mean, so I don't know.
No,
he's talented.
personally I'm excited.
Yeah.
I like the casting choice. I think he's gonna work well.
Yeah, especially he does look like he would be that dude's kid or descendant in some way. Him and the girl especially.
Yeah, I feel like in the end though, she's gonna end up being more of like the new leader almost.
Yeah,
of a new team.
Because even in this one, she's the one that's like asking the questions and stuff, and like.
And I'm okay with that.
Figuring
I don't
it
have a
out.
problem with that.
Yeah.
Like I do think that there should be more, big roles going to women in general.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think we need to have it. I just don't think you need to sit there and try to say you don't need to do it to the point where, oh yes, you have to like this person. Kind of like how they did with Rey in Star Wars. Like it just at some point it felt like, oh, you must like her as the new hero. She has to be your new favorite character.
Mm-hmm.
At some points, but it's like in Force Awakens, Rey was great. They didn't try to force her on us. They made her endearing.
Mm-hmm.
But in Last Jedi, of course, we all know how Rian Johnson screwed that one up.
I'm glad you can say that now. I'm glad you're saying it.
See,
because for this entire
here's the thing.
past year, it feels like I was trying to like talk you out of an abusive relationship. You're like,
but here's
no,
the thing.
he didn't.
I still don't. I don't hate Last Jedi. That's the thing.
That's all right.
I still
That's
don't
fine.
hate it. But no, I do recognize what is wrong with The Last Jedi. And especially after, of course, seeing Rise of Skywalker, I know how much of a corner Rian Johnson backed everybody into. And, of course, we'll get to that in our Rise of Skywalker episode. But, yeah, is there anything else we need to talk about from the trailer? I think we covered just about everything.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's everything.
I'm excited for what it looks like. We're going to be getting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure we'll be getting another trailer at some point within the next couple of months.
Yeah.
It'll probably have a little more of a lighter tone to it. We'll get a little more of the comedy aspect because you can't have Ghostbusters without comedy.
Yeah.
You know, I think we got kind of a couple pieces here and there in this first one, but it was more of a serious tone. You know, trying to present what the drama is going to be like. You know, give us a little bit of the stakes that we're going to have in the movie. But like I said, I'm excited. I thought the trailer looked great. I'm really hopeful for the movie. I hope they don't screw it up again. Because if they screw it up this time, then they just need to leave Ghostbusters alone.
I don't think they're screwing this one up.
I don't think so too. Because like I said, because one of the biggest things for me was, like I said, when I saw the trailers for Ghostbusters 2016, I didn't feel it. This one, like, legitimately got me excited. You know, I felt something in that young boy's heart that saw Ghostbusters all those years ago.
I just like Paul Rudd.
Yeah, Paul Rudd's good too. Yeah, he's a great actor.
Yeah. So yeah, that about does it. For this episode, I guess, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So.
Any last words, guys? I mean, it's the last episode of 2019.
Happy New Year's.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
I don't know. I'm gonna.
Yeah, that's right. We got Ted's birthday coming up here on the 29th.
That's probably when this is about the time this will come out. So
a couple days before, yeah.
Yeah. So I say happy birthday to Ted.
So happy birthday to you, Ted. And
he's 28, right? 28.
he's a year younger than me.
How old are you?
I'm 29.
So he's 28.
Yep.
I was
I'll
right.
be 30
You said it
next
like
year.
I was wrong.
I'll be 30 next year.
Ha!
Manuel's the youngest one. He's 18.
Yeah, you old bastards.
Yeah, I know.
Manuel's 18. He's the youngest one.
He's a minor.
You know, bro, my kids at work say I'm like 40 or something. And I'm like, what do you be?
Oh, crap. Well, I'm definitely not going to your work. I'd hate to see what they call me.
Oh, yeah. They swear to God I'm
They
heck
might
old.
rob you.
They might.
They might rob me.
And one of my kids, legitimately, one of my kids was trying to steal my wallet. I had to like take it out of my pocket and hold it above my head so she couldn't get it. She's like, "Give me your wallet." I'm like, "No." She's like, "I need it."
All right. Well, so like we said, this is the last episode of 2019. You can expect more of the same from us and some different stuff coming up in 2020. We've got, I know at least I've got something I'm working on right now for you guys. Of course, Ted and Manuel are still doing the nerds nonsense occasionally.
Oh,
Ted can't do it as much anymore because
that's something I was gonna say. If this is the last episode of the year, going into the new year, I'm going to try my best to do at least one episode from me a week. I wanna try and do that. That's my New Year's goal.
And we'll do an episode discussing what's coming up.
Yeah.
Pretty soon. Probably it might be the first thing we do for 2020. We might do just a little update episode here pretty soon. Talking about the stuff that we've got in the works coming to you guys because I've got something really special that I've already started working on. Don't have much into it yet, but I'm working on it, and I'm really hoping everybody enjoys it. I think it's going to be kind of cool.
Excuse me.
But anyways, Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. Happy New Year's.
Happy Hanukkah. I don't know. I don't know when Hanukkah's taking place this year. It might have already passed.
I think it's done already.
Oh God.
But anyways, be safe out there, everyone. Thank you for all the support that you guys have given us so far. Please continue to support us. We want to make this channel bigger. We want to go farther. We want to be able to do more and make this even better for you guys. So we hope you continue to join us next year. And we love you all. And until the next one, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Goodbye.